Country guidelines. So, in Ramakant Rai case, the Honorable Court directed the state to introduce a limited panel of doctors authorized to carry out sterilization procedures, prepare and circulate compulsory checklist for doctors to complete for each proposed patient. At a minimum, the list should include the patient's age, the patient's health status, the number of children, and other details required as per the Union of India guidelines. Fourth is to circulate uniform copies of pro forma consent forms. Fourth is establish a quality assurance committee to ensure that guidelines are followed for pre-operative measures, operational facilities, and post-operative follow-up. 5 is maintain statistics on the age and number of children of sterilized women and on sterilization injuries and deaths. 6 is hold inquiries into guideline breach and take punitive action. And 7 is implement an insurance policy. Should we discuss if these guidelines are clear enough, no? So let's go through it once again. So they are talking about limited panel of doctors who can only undertake this procedure. Then there is a checklist which the doctor is to adhere, to see what's the age of the patient and health status, is like what was the last delivery, anemia status, and so on and so forth. Then there is a pro forma of wherein the patient has to be informed what is going to happen to her, what will be the side effects, if any, how will her body react, and if she wants to do this consent form. Then a committee to assure that the guidelines are followed. Then maintenance of records, and then the inquiry if anyone breaches these guidelines, and then they talk about an insurance policy.
Can you just run down through the different actions that the government has taken after?
So these are the guidelines.
It's just following there.
And to comply with the Honorable Court, the government has created. So these are the bodies which are created. These are the guidelines which are created after.
It's only these 3.
Yeah.
There's also state level insurance policies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the body of I'll take it the body of the petition.
But the green card was not part of this, right?
So this is the body of the petition. There is DevikaBiswas as a petitioner, Union of India as a respondent, and then there is state, Bihar state, through the family welfare as well, and then this Jai Ambe Society is the NGO who was involved, and then there are all the states. We have made party: Goa, Delhi, Gujarat, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Jharkhand, Karnataka, Kerala, Maharashtra, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal, Orissa, Nagaland, Punjab, Rajasthan, Sikkim, Uttar Pradesh, Tripura, Tamil Nadu, Uttarakhand, Pondicherry. The petition is filed relating to the violation of the directions issued by the Honorable Court in Ramakant Rai versus Union of India, wherein the court addressed the rampant forced and unsafe sterilization. So despite the extensive guidelines issued by the Honorable Court, inhumane sterilization, particularly in rural areas, continue with reckless disregard to the lives of poor women. Sterilization in the state of Bihar, the case study in the petition shows that the most horrendous practice persists in contempt of Ramakant Rai directions. The petition covers the violation in Bihar and all other respondent states. So it's about violation in Bihar, and then we have put in the case studies from the different states. It's a massive petition. Then we have reproduced Ramakant Rai guidelines. Then what are the guidelines in place today? Along with the state guidelines, of course. Then these are the facts from Bihar. I'll just directly go to the prayers now, because then it's an entire narration of the facts and then reports from other states. These are the grounds. Here are the prayers. What we have asked is issue a direction to the National Alliance of Maternal Health and Human Rights to investigate and submit a report within 12 weeks regarding the facts stated in the petition and the status of implementation of the guidelines passed by the Honorable Court in Ramakant Rai throughout India, together with the recommendations for additional guidelines if necessary. So what this prayer means is to we have suggested that the Alliance, National Alliance of Maternal Health, should be directed, to go to the field to investigate, and to come up with the guidelines in addition with Ramakant Rai, and for court to seek implementation for Ramakant Rai's guideline, or to direct the implementation of Ramakant guidelines. Sorry, my computer keeps going back to the same page. Then second prayer is issue an order. Issue a writ of mandamus directing State of Bihar to initiate departmental proceeding against government official involved in the sterilization camp and granting the permission to the NGO. So the government officials have granted permissions to an NGO to take a school building and to conduct these operations. So we have asked directions against for State of Bihar to take action. Then the prayer sees issue an order directing the State of Bihar to file a status report in the court regarding the criminal proceeding instituted against the government official and NGO. So they have to file a status report with regards to prayer B, an action taken report. Then prayer D. If I'm going fast, just let me know. I just want to give an overview. Issue an order of writ of mandamus directing the State of Bihar to deregister and debar respondent number 4, which is an NGO, Jai Ambe Society, from carrying out any public health activity, including sterilization. Issue an order of writ of directing the respondent state to, in all cases, obtain the informed consent of all the patient in the manner prescribed in guidelines for female and male sterilization. So what was found in specifically in Bihar, that there was no informed consent. In many cases there was no consent at all. So we have asked for the prayer that the informed consent shall be required according to the guidelines for male and female sterilization. Directing all the respondent state to file the status report on the implementation of Ramakant Rai guidelines. So again, we have sought response from all the states regarding the action taken for implementation of the Ramakant Rai guidelines, as well as guidelines for female and male sterilization, and to ensure that both these guidelines are adhered to throughout the country. G. Issue an order directing payment of 5 lakh compensation for each of the 53 women who were sterilized. So we have asked 5 lakh rupees compensation for each 53 women, and issue any other order or direction going forward. So these are the prayers. I can scroll back. Just to So these are the guidelines and prayers. These are the prayers we sought, and Ramakant Rai guidelines are in place. We through the council, in last 2 days, if anything you think has come up, and anything you think which is not already included in the prayers, then please let us know, because we are trying to refine it, or we are trying to include any of the suggestions. If not here, then maybe when you go back, or you realize it on train or on flight, or tomorrow or day after, please let us know.
We can also email a copy of the petition to people.
Yes. Sorry, can you just go back to the guidelines? Because
Sure.
I'm not sure if there is this whole issue of counseling, the pre-counseling and post-counseling that is
No.
mentioned there. Because that was something that
No, but then
it is there, recurring.
it has to be read with male and female. It has to be read with those rules as well. But then,
Because that was something that kept reoccurring during all the discussions.
yeah.
That there is no counseling because of which women, do not have the issue of choice.
It is given in the guideline.
Yeah, but then can that be one of the prayers in relation to the whole counseling issue? Because I guess since yesterday that was one of the critical areas that's being really pointed out in relation to right to choice as we see it.
So we have actually made feel clearly that it has all the 5 items have been taken place, numbering that these are the conditions.
No, but in terms of the prayer, asking for specific